Welcome back. You're watching Live from Paris on France 24. It's time to find out what's going on in the crazy world of French journalism. James Creedon is here to do that. Good evening to you, James.
They're talking about civilization today, Laura, and they were talking about it yesterday, and it is the big buzzword at the moment because everyone's trying to figure out what is civilization.
It's all getting a bit philosophical.
What is the definition of civilization?
Right.
And it's all like getting a little very intellectual or extremely annoying as whatever way you want to look at it. Now, you see, Claude Guéant, just to remind viewers, over the weekend made some controversial remarks about civilization, saying that not all civilizations are equal. Now, many would read this as being a bid by Claude Guéant and the Nicolas Sarkozy's party in general to sort of get some votes off the far right in the upcoming election. By bringing up an issue such as other civilizations living in France.
It's seen as an insult to the Arab world, isn't it?
Essentially, that's how it's being read. I mean, unpacking it, that's exactly it. Now, he spoke today again, and he said he tried to give his definition of civilization, because a lot of people were saying, look, if you're going to speak about a society, not all societies not being equal, all regimes not being equal, that's okay, but all civilizations not being equal, as you were saying yesterday, it's a little bit close to
I don't see the difference
race,
between civilization and society.
Well,
society would be just as
the thing is, right, he said today that civilization, he reads it as a fixed point in time, whereas I suppose a lot of people would say civilization is something that kind of lasts over a long period of time. Right. You see, anyway, the whole point is...
You're getting into it yourself now,
it is getting, you can't but kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it. But what many people are saying is, look, isn't it, perhaps what he wanted was for a lot of people to get involved in a pretty meaningless debate, really, other than discussing the main issues in the upcoming... what would you say, in the run-up to an election, so it's convenient to distract the public with a debate such as this.
The good way for politicians to avoid sparking controversies with their words is to use hand gestures. Right. I'm thinking in particular... Remember this?
Right.
Socialist Party.
Yes, that's right. The Socialist Party. We'll come back to Guéant in a sec, but moving to the Socialists.
Oh, sorry, did I move you on too quickly there, James? I can't resist this.
Okay, all right. Look,
let's see it again.
We have to talk about this now. Let's listen to some of the music actually, because this was a big deal 2 weeks ago.
There's a song to go with it now.
Le changement, c'est maintenant. Change is now. Now, this was the Socialist Party's slogan, which was launched some 2 weeks ago in the run-up. Now, here you go. This is the music that has come out in the last 24 hours that goes with it.
Yeah.
Let's take a listen.
No.
Le changement, c'est maintenant. Change is now.
Now,
will I give you the lyrics?
Didn't they?
It's now that everything starts. It's now. Now we must act. It's now we have the chance. And we have to seize that chance. And change is now.
And they failed because they didn't have a dream. No, that's
they failed because they didn't have a dream. Well, that's a whole other story. Now, many people are commenting on this. You see, it's a big thing at the moment to have a campaign tune. Now, do you remember recently it got candidates in the US, Newt Gingrich, into a lot of trouble because they used a Survivor song, The Eye of the Tiger, and they got sued as a result. So here, François Hollande has sidestepped that because it's his own tune. It was composed for the campaign.
I don't think we'll be seeing that number flying up the charts anytime soon.
I don't think so. And many people have been saying that actually it makes certain children's songs look very sophisticated.
It makes me think of Tony Blair and the Labour Party, New Labour. Things can only get better. It's trying to kind of hark back to that a little bit.
That's right. Give people hope. People
Tony Blair didn't write that song, by the way.
Well, I mean, it would be another feather in his cap if he had.
He probably claims he has written it.
But anyway, let's go back to Claude Guéant for a sec, Laura, because what's interesting to look at online is this has become a massive thing on Twitter. People are saying, you can't empty words of their meaning. You can't, if civilization means one thing, you can't.
Because he said it on what, Sunday?
He said it on Saturday,
Tuesday.
Repeated it on Sunday. Then it's dominated the public debate in France for about 4 days now. And it's also been a big topic of satire online. Let's take a look at this website called Brain Magazine. It has a French version. Now, they rather controversially have a civilization's ranking. Now, it's all very tongue-in-cheek, I have to add. It's tongue-in-cheek. So coming out on top, you've got the obese white people, and so they give positive and negative points for each civilization. So, for example, the white people are white. They have God. They invented the banking system. But on the negative side of the spectrum, they did invent genocide and animal obesity, according to this very unscientific rankings. Then you've got Asian society here represented by a panda. So you see what I'm saying? It's getting very, I suppose, a borderline in terms of its treatment. But what they've done essentially is to make fun of Claude Guéant claiming that not all civilizations are equal by having a ranking of 7 or 8 civilizations and putting the Arabic civilization second from the bottom, saying that one of their negative points was inventing algebra. So the whole, they're poking
with that.
fun at, I suppose, the whole political debate.
Or they've just gone and offended a whole lot more people.
Right? They've
But
invented
anyway.
8 different civilizations.
All right. Any more reaction to that?
Well, there is a lot online, but there is one other topic that's actually generating a lot of comment today on Twitter and on the social media. This is Nora Berra. Now, she's the
Right.
junior minister for health in France. Now, she, on her blog recently, in the last couple of days, made a comment about the very cold weather, warning vulnerable people to stay indoors, to
Homeless
stay at
people.
home.
Homeless
Now,
people should stay at home.
She listed homeless people as one of those groups of vulnerable
Helpful
people.
advice, I'm sure.
So, of course, what you see online, lots of tweets making a lot of fun of her. Oh, SDF, SDFs, which means homeless people. Maybe you should eat 5 fruit and veg a day. Homeless people should wear cashmere sweaters and use goose feather quilts because it keeps them warmer. So people are saying, look, cop on, Nora Berra. They don't have homes to
Wake
go
up,
to.
homeless. The key's in the
Right.
word. All right, James Creedon, many thanks
Thanks,
indeed.
Laura.
That's it from Media Watch. Well, it's time now for web news, and we're going to Egypt, where there's controversy over the military ruler's decision to prosecute some members of foreign NGOs. That's up next.